It's been the year of the MPVs here in the Philippines, and in this pit stop video, well, technically it's a pit stop / car comparo video, we are going to check out 6, yes dude pare, you heard it right, 6 of these people movers and see how they fare against each other and to see which one suits you best. Let's do this! Alright, dude pare, I got some of my notes here because we are going to check out 6 contenders. Now, of the 6 contenders here, we got 4 that are all new and 2 that are pretty much carryovers or just received a mild refresh. Now, the 4 new contenders here are the Toyota Avanza, the Honda BRV, the Hyundai Stargazer, and the Nissan Livina, which is, well, it's new for the Philippine market, but technically it's not really new because it's still based off the pre-facelifted Mitsubishi Xpander. Now, the 2 other MPVs here that got a mild refresh would be the Mitsubishi Xpander itself and the Suzuki Ertiga, which is pretty much a carryover from before. Now, before we move forward, guys, don't ask me about the Toyota Veloz or where's the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross because, dude pare, we are just looking at the 6 basic MPVs here. And yes, the car makers themselves, I mean Toyota and Mitsubishi, classified both of those vehicles as crossover SUVs. So now that that's cleared up, dude pare, let's dive in and check these babies out.
Turn up. Let's go.
Alright dude, price category. Now, to avoid confusion and to avoid, all of those comments from the keyboard warriors, we are just going to look at the top of the line, the top spec variants available here locally in the Philippines of these 6 MPVs. Now, let's look at the pricing. The Suzuki Ertiga GL comes in as the most affordable of the 6 with, at the time of this filming, a retail price of 1,003,000 Philippine pesos. So it barely breached the million peso price level. Now the second most affordable MPV here is the Toyota Avanza G, coming in at 1,059,000 Philippine pesos. The third placer for the price category is the Mitsubishi Xpander GLS, which is priced at 1,180,000 Philippine pesos. It's not really that bad. Fourth place is the twin of the Mitsubishi Xpander, well, the pre-facelifted twin, the Nissan Livina VL Automatic, which comes at a retail price of 1,209,000 Philippine pesos. The fifth on the list and the second most expensive MPV in this MPV Battle Royale is the Hyundai Stargazer GLS Plus Premium, which retails for a whopping 1,258,000 Philippine pesos. Now, of course, coming in at 6th place and the most expensive of the bunch is the all-new Honda BRV VX with a retail price of 1,390,000 Philippine pesos. So, dude pare, if price were your only consideration here, then the Suzuki Ertiga takes the win. But if you're feeling konyo and you're feeling pa-rich, you're a rich kid, and all that stuff, then you can go for the Honda BRV VX, which is also equipped with Honda Sensing.
Turn up. Let's go.
Now, dude, looks are obviously subjective, so this segment will be based entirely on my personal taste. Now, the Hyundai Stargazer takes the top spot for me since it just looks so unique and futuristic. Dude pare, it's really the LED lighting units of the Hyundai Stargazer. You see, you get LED headlights, LED DRLs, you know, that unique LED DRL light strip in the front and that light strip at the back. Plus, yeah, that Star Wars TIE Fighter LED taillight design, it really caught my attention. Now, a close second would be the Honda BRV VX. You see, the BRV, the new BRV, looks like a crossover more than an MPV. It has that subdued yet classy look. Yeah, that makes it look more expensive than it really is. I mean, it is already expensive, but it really makes it look more premium. Of course, par for the course, you get full LED lighting units here, 17-inch alloy wheels, and that HRV-like front grille really appeals to me. Taking third place here would be the all-new Toyota Avanza, since Toyota really brought out the big guns when it comes to designing the overall look of this all-new Avanza. You see, it now has a nice and wide front grille, full LED lighting units, and although the wheels are an inch smaller than the BRV at 16 inches, well, it doesn't look like a taxi anymore. I mean, the whole look of the Avanza doesn't look like a taxi anymore. Now, the thing is, these Avanzas will be seeing a lot of duties as taxis here in Metro Manila, or yeah, even as grab cars, but at least they now look darn good. My fourth placer for the looks category will be the refreshed Mitsubishi Xpander GLS. You see, it continues on with that futuristic and robotic look to it with its mild refresh. You still get full LED lighting units here. It has 17-inch alloy wheels, and you have that overall sporty and futuristic look that keeps up with even the newer MPVs in this Comparo. So yeah, even if it's one of the older ones here, the Mitsubishi Xpander GLS still looks pretty good. Second to the last in the looks department, at least for me, is the Nissan Livina. You see, the Livina is still based on the pre-facelifted Mitsubishi Xpander, although of course the Livina follows the same corporate design language from Nissan. See, it has a macho and bulging hood here, and it has that V-motion front grille, which goes quite well with the LED DRLs. However, dude, it gets minus points because even the top-spec Livina only gets halogen headlights, and the 16-inch alloy wheels are, yeah, kinda so-so and are really nothing to write home about. Finally, the Suzuki Ertiga has what I call the classic MPV look. It's not flashy, it's not fancy, and it's just car. It's a car. It's just there. It's adequate, okay? It wouldn't really make you turn your head when it drives past you, and yeah, it's really more of a functional MPV rather than something that will wow you with its flashy form.
Turn up. Let's go.
Dude pare, the Honda BRV VX might be the most expensive MPV in this Comparo, but you do get what you pay for. You see, it takes top marks for the cabin materials category. You get leather seats here, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and a classy wedge-shaped design dashboard that mixes textures and colors to give it a really premium and upscale look. Following the Honda BRV is the Nissan Livina, which gets the same cabin layout as the Mitsubishi Xpander, but the Livina ups the ante by providing full leather seats. Now, aside from the leather seats, you also get a fully leather-wrapped steering wheel here, and the dashboard also incorporates some textures here and there to make it look more upscale. Now, a close contender at third place would be the Mitsubishi Xpander GLS. You see, it only loses out to the Nissan Livina because the Xpander only has fabric seats. Now, other than that, well, the Xpander still gets the same dashboard design as the Livina, though the addition of an electronic park brake button kinda also works to the Xpander's favor. But yeah, the fact that it doesn't get leather seats for me, yeah, it takes a little bit of a notch lower than that of the Nissan Livina in the cabin materials category. The Toyota Avanza takes 4th place in the cabin materials category. Now, while it's only equipped with fabric seats, well, the design, the two-tone design of these fabric seats means that they look quite premium and they're also pretty comfortable, at least when I sat on them. Now, the manual climate control system, the way it's been designed in the Toyota Avanza, also makes it look more futuristic. Plus, it also has an engine push-start button, so the overall layout of the dashboard and the cabin of the Toyota Avanza gives it more of that future-forward look that is good enough for 4th place in this MPV battle. The Hyundai Stargazer may be one of the newest MPVs in this car Comparo, but the interior and the cabin materials quality is just good enough for 5th place in the cabin materials segment. You see, the execution of the bezel surrounding that digital gauge cluster really just puts me off. It's colored gray, it's plasticky, plus when you pair that with the design of the climate control system, yeah, dude pare, it's really a little bit on the dated side when it comes to design. Coming in at last place for the cabin materials category, the Suzuki Ertiga may have a simple and functional cabin, but unfortunately it's really just designed on the dated side. You get a physical key here, you don't get a key fob, you don't get an engine push-start button, and the aircon controls look like something that belongs to a vehicle in the mid-90s.
Turn up. Let's go.
Topping off the tech and safety category is the Hyundai Stargazer, which managed to edge out the other new kid on the block, the Honda BRV VX. The Stargazer gets an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It also has a reverse camera and a fully digital instrument gauge cluster, plus you also have a wireless charge pad. Now, safety-wise, the Stargazer gets Hyundai's Smart Sense. They call it Smart Sense, which is a host of driver assist aids, although we do lack adaptive cruise control here, which is really a bit of a bummer. A close second is the Honda BRV VX, which gets a smaller 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, but it still has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a reverse camera image, and also a lane watch camera, which is, yeah, it's just a blind spot camera for your passenger side. Now, for the safety bits, the BRV VX is equipped with Honda Sensing, which gets all of the Hyundai Stargazer's driver assist aids, but the Honda BRV VX also has adaptive cruise control. Taking 3rd place on my list is the Toyota Avanza. You see, Toyota has really upped their game when it comes to this all-new Avanza, and it shows in the tech and safety department. See, all Avanzas here in the Philippines gets an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the image of a reverse camera. Now, when it comes to safety, yeah, the safety features are also up there because the Avanza gets 6 airbags, and you also get some Toyota Safety Sense features here in this MPV. Coming in at 4th place, the Mitsubishi Xpander GLS also gets a 7-inch touchscreen which now has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and also the image of a reverse camera. However, the Xpander only makes do with dual airbags, and some safety bits here and there. So yes, that's only good for 4th place in this car comparo. A surprise entry for the 5th place would be the Suzuki Ertiga, which managed to best the newer for the Philippines, Nissan Livina in the tech department. You see, the Suzuki Ertiga gets an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but yeah, it still doesn't have a reverse camera. It is still a quick aftermarket fix. Now, the safety bits are also a little bit on the basic side though, but because the Suzuki Ertiga has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and that 8-inch touchscreen, yeah, the Ertiga still gets 5th place in the tech and safety category. Now, coming in dead last for the tech and safety category is the Nissan Livina. You see, the Nissan Livina is based off the pre-facelift Mitsubishi Xpander, so yes, it still does not have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, it does have a reverse camera image, though the image quality is, yeah, so-so. It's not really that good. The safety bits are also quite basic here, guys, because yeah, the Livina only has dual airbags and also some basic safety bits. So because of that, for the tech and safety department, the Livina comes in at dead last.
Turn up. Let's go.
Space plays a big role when it comes to MPVs, and in this segment, the Hyundai Stargazer takes top marks. You see, the egg shape of the Hyundai Stargazer gives you tons and tons of cabin space, and the Stargazer is also the class leader when it comes to the cargo carrying capacity. Behind the second row seats, the Stargazer can give back 585 liters of cargo capacity, which is the largest in this MPV segment. Pulling in at second place would be the Suzuki Ertiga. Now, while I don't have the actual and official cargo carrying numbers of the Suzuki Ertiga, well, the conventional shape plus the large windows of this classic MPV made the cabin feel a lot more spacious than the others. Now, the third row seats of the Suzuki Ertiga is also quite decent, and it can easily fit adults that are 5'8" and below. Now, the third placer for the space category would be the Toyota Avanza, because you also have a spacious third row seating area here, plus you can configure the seats to convert into long sofa mode. Now, I don't have the official cargo carrying numbers for the Toyota Avanza, but the fact that we can do long sofa mode in the Toyota Avanza, dude pare, that by itself already gives the Avanza a firm third place in the space category. Now, the Honda BRV VX takes 4th place in the space category. The third row seats of the BRV VX, yeah, they're not really as spacious as the front runners here, but the BRV does get a pretty large cargo carrying capacity at 530 liters. Now, tied for last place, or 5th and 6th place, would be the twins, the Nissan Livina and the Mitsubishi Xpander GLS. You see, the third row of these two MPVs, yeah, they're not really that spacious, even for a 5'6" dude like myself. But at least the cargo area, the cargo space of the Livina and the Xpander are, they're at par with the other MPVs.
Turn up. Let's go.
When it comes to the driving category, dude pare, the Honda BRV VX takes first place because, well, the BRV is the most powerful MPV in the category. With 119 horsepower and 145 newton meters of torque on tap, paired with Honda's fantastic driving dynamics, steering feel and all that, the Honda BRV VX is easily the driver's car in this Comparo. Coming in at second place, the Hyundai Stargazer is hot on the heels of the Honda BRV VX, especially when it comes to engine power output. You see, with 113 horsepower and 144 newton meters of torque on tap, well, the Hyundai Stargazer can easily keep up with the Honda BRV VX. However, guys, I did drive the Stargazer for a short while, but in that short driving segment, yes, it's enough for me to know that when it comes to the driving dynamics, well, I felt that the BRV VX had a tad bit sharper responses all throughout when it comes to steering, braking, and all that. So yes, the Stargazer might equal the BRV when it comes to engine output, but the driving dynamics is only good enough to take second place. The Suzuki Ertiga takes third place in the driving category because of its solid NVH levels plus a really good steering feel. Now, the comfort of this MPV is also one of its strong points because it has a comfortable and dialed-in suspension. Fourth place goes to the Nissan Livina VL since the Nissan Livina has a really quiet cabin at highway speed. Plus, you have a well-modulated brake pedal feel, and you also have good steering in the Nissan Livina. Now, I was surprised with this because, well, the Livina is the mechanical twin of the Mitsubishi Xpander, but my driving experience with the Livina tells me that, yes, it actually drives better than its Mitsubishi twin. Now, speaking of the twin, the Mitsubishi Xpander GLS takes 5th place in the drive category. See, while it's the mechanical twin of the Nissan Livina, well, I did encounter that the NVH levels of the Xpander isn't really as good as its Nissan twin because I did encounter louder wind noise at highway speed. Now, the tuning of the brake pedal feel of the Xpander is also a bit stiffer than that of the Livina. So because of that, guys, well, it takes a notch lower than its Nissan twin. And yeah, for the drive category, it's only good enough for 5th place. Now, the Toyota Avanza comes in dead last by default. You see, I haven't driven the all-new Toyota Avanza yet because Toyota Motor Philippines still wouldn't lend me one. So, because I have no real driving experience with the Toyota Avanza, then it comes in at 6th place by default.
Turn up. Let's go.
Whew. Now that's one for the books, dude, pare. First time ever in my channel, we compared 6 vehicles, guys, in a Reygan's Rides Comparo. Man, oh man, that was a mouthful. Anyway, overall, guys, the Hyundai Stargazer GLS Plus Premium takes the top spot with 27 points, followed closely by the Honda BRV VX at 26 points. Now, I'm not really surprised there, guys, because these two MPVs are also the most expensive in this Comparo, so that also proves to you that, yes, dude, pare, you truly get what you pay for. Now, what did surprise me here, though, is the fact that the Suzuki Ertiga did so well despite being the oldest MPV in this video. You see, it still managed to tie the refreshed Mitsubishi Xpander GLS, which tells everyone that, yes, Suzuki truly knows how to, how to tune the Suzuki Ertiga. I mean, it's crazy, guys, but Suzuki, they really know their stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you found this MPV Battle Royale, this MPV car comparo to be entertaining and informative at the same time. And until my next video guys, thanks for watching.